Hey guys, welcome back to Nisus Nation. Guys, we have such a good show. We have two very special guests. And guys, I don't know how much you have heard, but there's a big buzz.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
I was going to say
there's
there's a big buzz right now on this special topic.
Yeah,
I
so
really was going to say that.
if you guys know anything about Nisus, you know Lee Barrett and Harry Bryan. We have them here, and they're going to talk a little bit about what is going on at Nisus. Guys, what's going on?
2 words.
Insulation, Pro-Shield Insulation. That's what's going on.
Two
That's what's
words,
going on.
Pro-Shield.
There's a lot going on. But Pro-Shield is definitely part of it. And that's the biggest thing. That's what's happening right now.
Excited because I feel like I just joined Nisus a couple months ago, and when I started, Pro-Shield was really getting its footing. You know, like it was really starting, and I have gotten to educate myself and become so familiar with insulation and with Pro-Shield and just talking with everybody out in the field. And, you know, people are wondering, what is Pro-Shield? Like, how did Pro-Shield and how did this idea of getting into this market really flourish here at Nisus? Like, how did we even get this start?
Okay, well, I think I can answer this one. But my buddy here knows a lot about it as well. About probably around 15 years ago, I was approached at a meeting about looking into installation at one point, right? And I brought it back to our executive staff, and they kind of went, we're not going to do that. That's it's not going to last, and installation really is not a big deal. That's 15 years ago. Well, then Harry and I started talking. We went to go visit one of the installation companies. And we started talking about, hey, this possibly can be sales and marketing of that part of that sector, and let's see what we can do. So we took a drive. The drive was epic because it was raining, and it's one of those. I was driving, he was driving too, because I was supposed to go somewhere else. So that's another story or another podcast, I guess we could say. But so we get there, we do the meeting, and we left the meeting kind of thinking like, man, that was interesting. Well, right after that company sold. So we thought, well, there goes our chances that we didn't do anything about it after that. So then I go to another large pest control company's meeting and get approached and say, hey, you know what? You guys are boring guys. You guys should do something like this. And I thought, of course, everybody wants to do something like that. We are the boring guys, right? So didn't think about it. Was getting some coffee. Another guy comes up, taps me, sir, hey, you're the nicest guy, right? I said, yeah. And he goes, you should do insulation. And I thought, I said, that's interesting. Okay, that's the second guy who's come up to me. So, all right. I needed to find my seat. And as I go to my seat, another person from that team approached me again and goes, hey, hi, I'm the division vice president for this company, and I think you guys really should look into getting into installation. Wow. I said, okay, wait a minute. Now, I wasn't in this meeting, not even for 30 minutes. Right. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to do something. So I sit down, meeting gets going. I don't even think about it. Lunch happens. I get approached again. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Okay, something's going on. I need to figure something out. Right. So before I leave to take that 4-hour drive back to Knoxville, I'm driving and I'm trying to figure out, hey, man, how am I going to do this? What's going on with this? So we started talking to different companies, right? Figure out if we can do sales and marketing, or should we do it ourselves? Can we make insulation? I said, I know that's part of it. I make a call. I find an old buddy that I used to call on 35 years ago who started insulation. We started talking, and all of a sudden he says, hey, why don't you just buy it? I thought, come on. I went, yeah, sure. I mean, that sounds great, but I don't know if we're interested like that. Well, 48 hours later, I made an offer, right? So then it started. But when it started, I really didn't know where it was going to go. I thought it was a great idea. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought, hey, this is great. It's diversifying what we do at Nisus Corporation. And then I figured out, like, oh, man, I think, 6 months into negotiating back and forth and due diligence and all of those things you have to do, I found out, oh, man, I might have something there. So at that time, it was just myself and the CFO who knew about it. I didn't bring anybody else in. I would talk to Harry about it, say, hey, what do you think? And he's like, man, you can do that. That'll be great. And then I explained to him, hey, I did it. It's a done deal. It happened. And
It did.
when it happened, it was like I don't know what happened, but Nisus just caught on fire again, right? So it's I can pass it over to him because we were still handling all the regulatory stuff, all the things of making sure that products are registered, the bag size, the companies who can manufacture it. Because remember, Nisus Corporation doesn't make insulation. We're not in there. We're manufacturers, but we're not manufacturers of insulation. But it's a different game. But we know borates. So understanding borates and understanding what it does and how it affects insulation, how it affects when you put it in attics, and what borates do to pests and insecticides, we know that marketplace. So now you're putting it inside insulation in an attic. All of a sudden it changes the game, right? Nisus affects the wood, the sill plates. We do it on other proprietary products that we make for companies that do other things for homes. So now you find out that Nisus Corporation is in 3 sectors of a home. I don't think there's many companies can say, hey, we're this. I think so for us, it gave an opportunity not only for new business ideas, but also to help a partner out in the business marketplace. And I think Harry can probably touch into a little bit more than that on it. But my part was done to get a product, get it registered, and give it to the people out there that know what to do with it. And then that's when I handed it off to Harry.
And I think it's a full circle, Harry, before you, I think it's a full circle moment too, because the people, like you've watched this over years flourish, and now we're coming full circle where now we're watching homeowners and we're watching, PCOs use this product, and it's helping people,
It is.
I can tell you that, from when Lee said that he was going to acquire it. Yeah, that's great. We did it. We acquired it. But there was a lot of work that had to be done to even get to where we are today.
Correct.
A lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Getting the label right, getting the registrations. That was just a grind to get all the states to get the product approved. But more importantly, we had to find manufacturing partners.
Yeah.
That was the critical part of it. I mean, yeah, we got a product. We think we want to sell it, but we had to find some good manufacturing partners that were kind of aligned with how we do business. And so we found our partners. At first, I think they were probably skeptical. Very skeptical.
I think they were.
Right?
Yeah.
We would go see them, and of course, I'm sure they probably get visitors all the time, making promises. Hey, we can do this, we can do that. And of course, we went in there we had some grand ideas of what we wanted to do with the product, and I'm sure they listened politely and they said, "This is great," but when they came to visit us at our corporate office, and they saw this beautiful campus that we have, that's when they realized that, oh, okay, well, they're a good sized outfit. All right, well, let's have a conversation. Then we show them our place and all the things that we do and all the work with borates that we do, because they utilize boric acid in the insulation as part of one of the key components. But then they saw how much borates we do. And so there was kind of a synergy there. And we had a story that we wanted to tell. And they really got jazzed by the energy that we had with the product,
right,
that they said, you know what, we want to make it for you. So once we got that thing going and saw the whole process of how they're making it, and they're making an outstanding quality product, which is very important for us, because when we putting our name on it, and we have to be proud of the product that we manufacture and ship. So they understood what our demands were, and we're producing right now and shipping.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I mean, it's easy. I mean, we make it sound easy.
We made it sound easy.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't. You got a label. You get it registered. Yeah. Make it. Ship it. Well, it's just a lot of.
It sounds so simple, but there's a whole process that comes up to it, right? And that's the fun part. That's the most exciting part for me is being able to, hey, we need something, get it for the customer, for the partner, and all of a sudden make it happen for them. And it sounds very, very easy, but there is so much behind. Actually, the purchasing part of it was easy. right? It was the stuff that everybody else is doing, that marketing, regulatory, technical, legal, our finance, to make sure that we're getting the right price. So that's the difficult part that these folks have. So that's why when everybody says, "Oh man, Lee, good job," I say, "Oh well, that's the easy part. It's everybody else that's doing it. It's you folks behind on the other side, making sure that everybody finds out how to use this product." And then you have that competition part that I think that is no one really talks about, but is asking, well, how does this happen? Like, what do you guys can do that? Well, I think the street cred and the people that we have out there working is what makes it an opportunity to be a lot easier transition from any type of products that we're doing when it comes to even insulation or a granular or a borate product.
It's that's what we do. We do it every day. We do it well.
And I know you were talking about the market. So the pest control market and the wood protection market, home building market. What problems, if any, were you guys seeing from talking with people out in the field? Like, hey, we need some type of solution to this. Like, what were some problems that you guys were seeing that you wanted to contribute to help?
One thing about the professional pest control companies that are doing services at homes now, okay? Obviously, they may be addressing a very serious issue with rodents or mice up in the attic. And so when they go up there and they solve that problem by eradicating the rodents, what happens is all that insulation up there is now contaminated. So that needs to be remediated, because what's happening is that the homeowner that's living there, they got a contaminated litter box that they're actually living under. Yeah. Okay. So there was an opportunity for pest control companies to actually go in and provide that service of sanitizing, remediating the problem, but also taking out the old insulation and replacing it with new insulation, because now that is a value-added opportunity, value-added sell. One thing that we always work with companies is that, the cheapest and the easiest sale to make is to a customer that you already have. Right? So, the research out there it just makes this whole process, this whole program, very lucrative to those who want to embrace it, because we've done a lot of market research on our own. We've read that the North American Insulation Manufacturers Association says that up to 89% of all single-family homes in the United States are actually under-insulated, and 78% of that are associated with under-insulation in the attic. So that means that your customer base that you have, if you got 1,000 customers that you're serving, 78% of those, 780 on average, needs an attic insulation service. I mean, that's really a call to action right there.
Right. Okay. Exactly.
Right. And, it's no secret that insulation is already, people are already using insulation in our markets. So what makes Pro-Shield so different? Like, what makes our product and, who we are as a company so different for people?
I'll take this one. Well, one difference is that what Pro-Shield makes is our people, the people who are selling it, hands down. I think the folks would not. I know the people that we have out there selling it, the folks that are marketing it, the folks that are trying to get products from our logistics folks, our people who take in the orders. I know that they're top notch. Period. So right there's a difference. The product now becomes different by how it's made and the quality of boards that are being put in it. Okay. So now, right then and there, I feel, of course, I'm running this ship, but I feel that our people are so qualified for that why wouldn't you listen to them? So that makes the difference right there for me.
The education piece.
I want to say, I'm going to tag along what Lee says, that when it comes to the actual quality of the product itself, just by seeing the manufacturing process of the Pro-Shield, just eyeballing it and seeing it firsthand, how they're processing the fiber, the quality of the fiber itself, going through the line, just the packaging of the material, the density of the material, all of that plays a role. You don't see hardly any miscellaneous materials in the processing line. And even then, when you're making it and you're stacking it and how you palletize it, it's all those little things that you don't think about.
Right.
So that when you see a pallet of Pro-Shield, I mean, it's a neat stack shrink wrap pallet, and you think that, well, it's just a shrink wrap pallet. Well, that product's got to get somewhere, and they get somewhere on a semi truck or an LTL box truck somewhere, and it's going to shift and it's going to rock and all that sort of stuff. So you don't want it to when it lands at the customer's doorstep at their dock. You don't want it to open up the doors and all of a sudden you see bags flying everywhere. So it's all those little things. One thing that we're proud of here at Nisus is that it's our responsible care initiative that we have. That responsible care is the gold standard for the chemical industry, and it's not just a buzzword, because responsible care means that we're going to really check the boxes from point A to point Z. That involves just our people. That involves the product manufacturing. That involves supply chain accountability. All of that stuff all plays a role. So we have product oversight over the manufacturing, and that's very important to us. And we think that's what makes Pro-Shield very different. Is it's going to be a consistent product. What you use today is going to be consistent to what you use 6 months from now.
Correct.
Yeah. And it was cool because I just recently had the opportunity to go out with Hawks Pest Control, which was our sustainability award winner last October. And I got the chance to go up in the attic, and I was all suited up, and I had all the right PPE on, and I literally was in the action of it. And when I was talking with the technicians, they were like, we've never had somebody come out and have this much care to see how we're performing. Like, Jeff Thomas is one of our sales representatives, and we went out, and they were very just appreciative and just grateful that we were able to physically be hands-on and to support them. So
We want to see that we're stewards of our products.
right.
And that doesn't.
A lot of it's changed from Harry and I talk about we're the old dogs of doing it. There was a time that you used to go out there, take your product, show them how to use it, mix it for them, do an actual job, and go out and do it. So a lot of it has changed. A lot of it has changed to, well, how much rebate you're going to give me for this? And you might not be big enough so I can go see you. It doesn't matter, small, big, whoever you need to do, we will support it. The key is just making sure that you're good stewards of your product, no matter what you're doing. And I think that's why the team is the difference between buying this particular product and buying any other product at that point.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So no, it was cool. And you guys were mentioning sustainability, and so our Pro-Shield Nsulation with energy efficiency. Harry, can you just talk a little bit about that perspective?
Yeah, one thing about the beauty of the product is that, when you think about the attic space in general, there's a lot of things that's going on up in the attic. You got a lot of energy loss. You got a lot of, especially during this time of year when it's winter, when it's cold. So you're heating up your house, and all that heat is escaping the attic and just disappearing. Well, you think about your heating and cooling bills. So it's always cycling throughout the year. Well, what can you do to make it a little bit more stable, a little bit more steady? Well, enhance your insulation up in the attic. That's going to be a big part of that. There's a lot of one thing we want to add. There's a lot of moisture issues up in the attic. There's a lot of humidity issues up there. But this program that we have is not just attic insulation only, because one big part of our messaging is to offer basically it's a comprehensive attic program, and that involves using our disinfectants up there for disinfecting and sanitizing spaces, and also to do a bore care wood treatment in that attic. Because like I say, we're there, at least Lee mentioned it earlier, we're in all three phases of that home. Our bore care is used extensively for new home construction.
Yeah.
So it's a very decent likelihood that any home that's out there already got bore care on it. You got our products being used in wall voids for general insect control. And then if those homes have any type of crawl space encapsulation, just decent likelihood you got bore care or bore care mold care there, along with a lot of our other crawl space products. And now we're going up into the attic. So we talk about a total home protection. I mean, that's our goal.
Right.
So one thing, because that you mentioned about, the whole attic clean out and everything. So I have a house that was built in the 50s. And lately we have been hearing some scurrying around in our attic. So I am going to have to, hire someone to come in, clean out, and I will definitely be re-insulating with our product. But I was wondering, so I was looking up 50-year-old houses. They have ours is brick construction. So it's brick and then plaster. So would that be a really good insulation to spray down into your walls? I was just thinking about that. I mean, honestly, I think that'd be really good.
One thing, myself and a colleague of mine were having this exact same conversation earlier today about older homes, homes that are built in the 40s and the 50s. And when you think about, cellulose insulation, now there's other types of insulation products out there. You got fiberglass, you got wool insulation materials, but cellulose for older homes is really what you want to use there. There's a thermal blanket that you have, for those older homes. You got acoustical properties there as well. So for your older structures, cellulose really shines in that environment. And yes, if you think you're hearing something up in the attic,
You are.
You're not hearing things. You've got something up there making this home up there.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add? Or
Oh, no. I
okay.
mean, I was just...
yeah, and we don't even know what's up there. I'll be curious to know what it is.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep us updated on that
I
journey.
will, definitely.
Yeah. It's been kind of cold, so there's sun's up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Squirrels, yeah.
And so, with insulation being an add-on service, companies, I feel like I've been talking with a lot of companies who are starting to look for add-on services because there's so many companies that are growing so quickly that they're looking for new markets. So is there any advice or anything that you can share with PCOs if they're looking to add this on?
I think though, if the add-on services is only going to grow over time. All right. So to me, I've always felt that add-on services was just builds up your profitability muscles, so to speak. Okay. Again, if you've already got that customer, there's opportunities that you can add on extra services. Because like I said earlier, the cheapest and easiest sale that you can make is to a customer that you already have.
Right.
Because your customer acquisition costs, it's not going down. There's a lot more expense involved. And the beauty of doing add-on services with installation, or if you do installation in addition to doing bore care treatments, is the crew is already there. Okay. So you're not necessarily maybe not be adding on more people, but you're getting more revenue per stop on that particular account. And that creates customer stickiness, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I'll just say a little bit about that add-on service. There was a time that add-ons, I used to not like that customer says, or a distributor used to say, oh, your product just is an add-on service or just an ancillary product. I used to take offense to it, thinking no, you can use it every day, right? So you just got to find the customers, right? So I think in this situation, especially with Pro-Shield, it's an opportunity to become something that we can put in every attic, right? In every neighborhood. And I think the way our people go about educating our marketing team, getting the word out, it allows us and homeowners to look at it and go, hey, you know what? I probably need to look at about my insulation, right? I just thought that was just something, don't worry, every house comes with it, and mine should be perfectly fine. I think we're going to make awareness and let everybody know that, hey, you know what? I think I should check it out, because most homeowners are addicts for what? To go there twice a year, am I right? Christmas time and put away the Christmas stuff. We don't look at it. Yeah, we don't look at it as, you know what? I need to make sure that everything's okay up there. But we use it for storage and storage only. And when we're not up there, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But if it comes to Thanksgiving time or closer after Halloween, that's when we start looking at it. So I think that if we can look at it as more of a, not an ancillary, but hey, this is an everyday. I should check it. I should look into it. I think we're going to start making headway of educating people a little bit more on what the energy savings really means, right? And I think
No one looks at their HVAC until it gets cold.
Yeah.
Or until it gets cold.
Right. I mean, you just changed my perspective on it all in the last 30 seconds. Like, you just educated me to, like, I never thought about it that way.
Right. Yeah. So,
One thing that, we like to play perfect math sometimes.
right.
So it just helps us
Right.
kind of see what the opportunity looks like. So when I shared those statistics earlier about, 89% of homes are actually under insulated in some area, but 78% is in the attic is under insulated. So, you think about all the single family homes, just to talk about single family residences, there's 85 million single family homes. Okay. 78% of those are actually under insulated. You're looking at what, do the math in my head, 60 plus million homes that are actually under insulated in the attic. And yes, I sit there and I go, what if they were all Pro-Shield? I mean, but think about it. I mean, think about if from a service offering, these pest control companies who, offer a service to their customers. The reason why they have customers is because that customer trusts them to solve the problem that they're having.
Yeah.
But they don't know that they have a problem in the attic because they just don't realize that.
Don't realize
okay?
that, yeah.
They don't know. Because I tell you, before we got involved in this installation project, the past year or so,
we knew nothing about
we didn't
this.
think about it.
No.
So now I know you talk about you needing to get this rodent out of your attic. I know exactly how many inches of insulation I got up there, and I now know why my attic is frigid and cold. And it's probably got a lot to do with the fact that I have very little insulation up there. And because I've done silly things up in the attic, because what I've done is I've taken plywood and made decking up there.
Yes,
so what did that do?
You compress.
It compresses everything down. So basically I just nuked my own insulation that I had up there.
Right.
So it's little things like that that makes an impact. But pest control companies, when they're servicing a customer, they have already earned that customer's trust.
Absolutely.
And they're just gonna listen. All you have to do is be very intentional and offer that service, whether you do the service yourself or you contract it out to a company that does installations as well.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realize that putting deck flooring up in your attic would compress stuff and cause it to not work as well. Because half of our attic is decked out, and
well, think about where your insulation is. I mean, it's just because insulation settles over time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it just naturally settles, so you'll have to either reboost it or get it back up to the R value that you're looking for.
And we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning
every single day.
I was going to say, that is like life. Like, every single day, something new. Like, this is just opening up so many doors for so many people that every day you're just learning something new, and it's cool. Like, it's awesome. I love that.
And that's kind of the fun part. In my role here at Nisus Corporation, that makes it. I'm off to the new thing or the next thing now. And while this is going, you still get into it. Yeah, we need some decisions that need to be made. But now I'm off to the next thing. So you let this thing ride on, and then we have the next one that's coming from that. And that's the beauty of what we've done over our careers, is to be able to come up with something new and innovative and throw something on the wall and see if it sticks, right? And when you don't allow somebody to throw something on the wall, then it kind of gets stagnant. And you're just doing the same old thing all over again. And people think, oh, well, that means that's I'm working. Life is life. And no, well, it doesn't have to be that way. It could be different every single day and enjoyable. And we can bring that partnership throughout the industry. And I think we weren't doing that in the past, but I think we're doing that now. I mean, I just had a conversation with somebody just 2 days ago saying, man, what is happening at Nisus, right? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. It's like this. It's been like this every day for me, so I don't know what's going on. But it's happening.
A lot of energy.
And a lot of energy. Yeah. And the insulation is a certain piece because it's new, but we could not do this without the people. I mean, there's no way to do this without the people, without the marketing team, without the technical team, without the regulatory team, without logistics, there's no way to do that and to make this thing happen and make it get out there as fast as it did, especially for something that people think, it's just insulation. Well, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, we want to raise the bar
Yes,
on
indeed.
insulation.
Yes,
Just don't just look at it as insulation.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct.
We have a saying here that we've been saying this for the past several weeks now is, insulation treats the space, but board care protects the asset.
Yeah.
And that is something that we lean into that. We have a great message to share. We can't wait to become a little bit more mainstream.
Yeah.
We got it airborne.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah,
It's coming.
I mean, we're shipping now, and we got installation coming out the years, buddy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I
It's
can
here.
contest to that.
Yeah. We've seen it. We see it.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
And you guys touched on something really important that I've heard this week a couple of times is the education piece. Like I know that there are technicians that are talking to their customers who they have great relationships with them and they are trying to educate or they want to educate their customers. So what can you just touch on the education piece and the training of insulation and say a pest control owner or a technician is listening to this, what should that first step be?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
question.
At Nisus, we're very intentional about training and education. That's how we built our whole company.
Yeah.
Over the years. We're so very evangelical about the message and all that. So we offer training on a lot of different facets of the program. So whether you need install training on how to install the services, we do that. We offer that. You need sales training on how to actually sell the service and tell that story. We will provide that. And we are providing that. In fact, I've got 3 sales training seminars next week. So to teach the salespeople on how to, offer that to their customer base. So we got all kinds of trainings you want to do. If you need marketing support, we have literature that you can give to homeowners. You got prospecting literature. Like I say, we've been making some, visual, video media. Amanda, you've been a big part of that. So all of that is coming together. But we've been doing some of it a lot for the past several weeks, but it's getting ready to hit another level because we're getting a tremendous amount of interest from operators out there that really either wants to learn more about offering the service or they just want to learn something about Pro-Shield specifically because they're already offering this service and they want to find out what makes Nisus different. And we hope that we're going to be able to really convey those messages.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else you wanted to add or? Yeah.
I'm just really excited about what the future holds.
I feel like I got like really, my energy got like really excited when you were talking about that. Like it's just, there's so much that's happening and Pro-Shield has been, like you said in the beginning, you said buzz and I actually laughed out loud and internally because I was like buzz, that's the word for Pro-Shield. It's just been every single day. I feel like I'm talking with somebody or I'm reading something or someone sharing about Pro-Shield. And like I said, I kind of came in at the end of last year and we were really just talking a lot about how are we going to get this off the ground. And I feel like we're like speeding up now.
It is.
It's airborne.
Airborne. It is airborne.
It is speeding up. You know what? It's actually we've had myself and Harry have had a chance to. We did this with another product that's a legacy product, Bore Care, and we did not have all the resources that we had today. Okay, and we did not have the street cred.
Any resources?
Yeah, we didn't have any resources that we had. Yeah. That we had
Except our mouth. Willingness to do demos.
And we did some corny things to try to get attention to go, hey, wait a minute. But the one thing we needed to do is we needed to be consistent. We needed to be consistent. If he was doing something in the East Coast, I needed to make sure the West Coast was doing that. If I was doing something in the West Coast, he needed to make sure, because eventually these people would start talking. Hey, what's going on? So all of a sudden, and it's just 2 of us at the time, right? But we were getting that message out, trying to do, and it was different. I laugh about it today. When we would do talks, we needed to have a result. In other words, it wasn't like, hey, look at Lee, he's up there doing a talk. It was an order. Yeah. Right. So no, it was, hey, you did the talk, so where's the order? So it changed a little bit of the dynamic, but it meant that you needed to be prepared and you needed to be consistent as you can be. The beauty of doing that and being able to get it to this point, we have phenomenal speakers I'm talking from the West Coast to the East Coast to the Midwest, New York. With these folks, I'm amazed the skill set what they have. So what happens is those people have followers, right? They have, they were influencers before influencers were a thing. So they have pest control companies that listen to whatever they say. If they say, hey, you know what? Let's make that switch. You make that switch. And that's the beauty of having these. And that's why this product coming in, I couldn't wait to get it in their hands, right? Along with our marketing team and everybody. Couldn't wait to do it.
Keyword. You said they were influencers before it became trendy to be an influencer.
Yes.
And that's one thing. And that's something that it's always been part of our corporate DNA.
Yeah.
Because again, I tell this story all the time, is that when you look at the word Nisus in the dictionary, okay, and it is in the dictionary, you'll see that there's all kinds of different phrasing and what the word means, but it is always a constant striving as an endeavor. You're always striving. You're always trying to attain a goal or achieve an objective. That's what the word Nisus means.
Right.
And, and since Lee's been the CEO over almost 5 years now, 4.5, 5 years.
Wow.
You're in your 5th year, aren't you?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. So
I feel it.
And we have radically, I guess, transformed over the past 5 years and have really lived that motto that's on the sign out front.
Yeah.
And so we got more stuff coming down the pike. It's just this is a beehive of energy.
I would say it. I give it to every department. I try to make sure that our people get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way you're going to get better is being comfortable being uncomfortable. And I say that to everybody when you're going to switch a different product, you're going to go out there and do a talk, when we're going to present, when we're going to go do a booth, let's just be comfortable being uncomfortable. And once you can do that, I think everything is possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else that you guys wanted to say? Any final parting words about Pro-Shield?
Move.
Oh, we can keep talking for 3 hours.
We could. We could.
We could.
I think it's just we've been blessed with an opportunity, and I've been blessed with an opportunity to work with great people. And again, it's not only my vision, is the vision of this whole team that it comes together, and it's an honor to be able to be around that. And
we've had a lot of late night conversations
Yes, sir.
about it. He's just trying to figure out, which is the best path here, best path there. But Lee's doing, make no mistake, Lee's the one's been making all the decisions, and I'm just kind of trying to help him along the way. But like you said, everybody's had their hand in this.
Yes.
I mean, literally from operations to logistics to manufacturing to marketing. Everybody's had their hands in, and everybody at 100 Nisus Drives knows how important this project is.
It's not in a silo. Everybody knows about it, and somebody just say, "Hey, I didn't know." It's not in a silo. It's not a trick.
Yeah. They know. And one thing is, we're going to work very hard to bring this opportunity to the marketplace. And we already are. We're excited about it, and we can't see what happens next.
Yeah, I personally am excited because I was there when this all happened, and I had the opportunity to help out with the marketing campaigns and getting it ready. So I'm just so excited.
You got great video. I mean.
Yeah, Jason's great with video production.
Jason here is a maestro with
The
video
creativity
production.
is always really.
He makes great videos for our trade shows, our national trade show events. I'm just in awe of that. So kudos to you, Jason, for all your hard work on that, because you helped make this product and all the products that we do.
And I have another to say on that too. And it's we talked about it, and I remember the day when I said to Jason, "Hey, yeah, we'd like to do some podcasts," and he went, "Well, that's easy."
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's not what was told to me before, but okay. And here we are, right? A year later, a year and a half later, and then we have Amanda that's come on board, and it's like, boom, a spark. Then we have Julie, who's behind the scenes, just making sure that this all happens. She is captain of the ship that keeps it running and keeps it going with all these innovative ideas. And she's just a bunch of energy. And again, we wouldn't not be here doing this. Just I might make a decision, I might make the wrong decision, but these folks keep it going, or they know exactly how to loop back around and go, hey, you know what? Let's do something different. And I want to hear about the solution, all right? Not the problem. Let's hear about the solution, not the problem. So kudos to everyone who's been involved, and kudos to any customers that are doing it out there. Thank you. And let me thank you in advance if you haven't. So let me thank you in advance. You will. So let's figure out that what we can do to make this thing happen. But thank you very much for this opportunity to be able to talk on it. But thank you guys.
And I did too want to say, lastly, I think we've all been at a point in all of our careers where we were in a position where we didn't feel like we had the cushion or the support to be creative, or to put ourselves in a space to try new things. So it's a kudos to both of you and all of the other executives and my boss for being able to give us that space to be able to try new things. And if it fails, then okay, what else can we do? So it's just, you guys, we all wouldn't be here without having that opportunity.
Your floor is the fun floor.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a bunch. We're a bunch.
Absolutely. No, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And thanks everyone for watching. And we will see you next time on Nisus Nation.
Got it.